Greater Waterbury, Connecticut. Welcome to the show here at Brass City TV. I'm your host, Tom Hill. I got to get used to doing television. Been doing a lot of radio for the past 35 years. You may have remembered me from WATR Radio, but that's old news, and you'll find out as we roll along. Thanks to Brass City TV for having me here. The show will be at least an hour tonight, and I can't tell you how excited I am to have a Waterbury native, Chris Big Dog Davis. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Always pleasure. I saw you at Kind Care with a unusual live show in the Waterbury area, and I think that was to help your brother Will out for some public service.
Yes, Will has a music academy in Waterbury. It's called 3D, and I think it's been going on for the last 3 years. And they had called him to furnish some music, for the opening of the Kind Care in Naugatuck. And so he called me. And I said, I want to get a little sax player. So I brought Steve Moran with me. Incredible. Right, Tom?
Oh, my God. Off the charts.
He was incredible. So we had a lot of fun. It's supposed to have been another person in the band. I was going to bring a singer from Hartford. Her name is Barbara Fowler. But she couldn't make it. She had a little sore
Well,
throat.
her substitute sang in French.
I know. I love that. Autumn Leaves.
Beautiful. Out of the audience. Yeah, I know.
Out of the audience.
I was relieved because I kind of pushed her up there. Boy, if she was bad, I would have been in trouble with you.
Yeah, but she was great. And it was great hearing Autumn Leaves sung in French.
Well, one never knows who's going to come out of the audience.
Absolutely.
And we don't have that problem here. Someday we'll have a live audience if this keeps going. But
well, we got a couple, right?
We do.
Yeah.
Let's hear you back there.
Hey, there they are.
Now we're talking. All right, so let's start with the history of Chris Big Dog Davis and who you are with your Waterbury legacy.
The history of me is at the age of 4, I was given a gift. And we all, Tom, you got a gift too. You're a beautiful guy, okay? We all get gifts. And I was fortunate to have a gift from the Creator, and it was music, playing the piano at the age of 4. And my mother had a piano on her back porch back in the day on North Main Street here in Waterbury, and they know that no one's supposed to play that after dark and when the parents leave. So my father was walking up from church, and they heard this piano going at it. Like it was like some Jerry Lee Lewis boogie woogie stuff going on. And they are church people. And they're like, what in the world is going on here? So they walked in there, and my brother Woody, who's here, and my mother said, well, who was that playing piano? I told y'all not to have anyone here while we're gone. And they was like, no, Mom, that was Chris. And I was like 4 years old. She said he can't even touch the pedal. They're talking about he was playing. So they put me up there, and I start wailing away, and from then on, it was I was baptized, and I just became a gift ever since 4 years old. My mother and father, Mary and James, God bless their soul, rest in peace. They was both musical inclined also, so they did music. So I was a church organist. I was everything. Yeah.
And a little bit about your hometown.
Waterbury. Grew up on North Main Street, 541 North Main Street, across the street from Clark's parking lot. And man, we had a musical family, 5 boys and 1 girl. And my mother and father, my father worked in Producto in Bridgeport. And like I said, grew up in Waterbury, went to Bishop School there. And then I went to Driggs. And then I went to Wilby High School. So that was my...
was the Wilby downtown off of Willow Street back then?
Yes. Yep. 1974 to 1978.
And did you take music in Wilby High School or
Yeah.
elsewhere?
Yeah, I was in the band there. I was in the band with Mr. Spadero. And growing up in Waterbury and high school, it was somewhat fun for me because I was musical inclined, but at the high school, like, you want to go hang out, man. Have fun. So my first class was music, Mr. Spadero. So, and there I played tuba. They started me off on the tuba. And then I started playing the bell, the xylophone, and then I went to the bass. Never got to. Oh yeah, they gave me we got a synthesizer my senior year.
And where did you buy that synthesizer?
No, I didn't buy it. The
Oh,
school
okay.
brought it.
Okay.
The school brought
And
that.
do you still use synthesizer because you're a keyboardist to this day?
Yes, that is my way of living is through the synthesis of music.
So Wilby High School, and what happened? Did you decide to leave Waterbury then? What happened after high school? What were your next moves?
Well, high school, I had a lot of fun at the high school. Start venturing out to be whatever I want to be, and I was down at the boys' club. I worked at the boys' club. I'm a big boys' club
That was
guy.
out on East Main then?
Yes,
Yep.
my dear friend Rob Generali, Mario, his father, Ed Generali, we all was down there.
Good group.
Boys Club made me like who I am physically because I'd start working out down there. That's where it all started off with me and Rob Generali, and we call him Big Hank. Remember Big Hank, the basketball player from Sacred Heart?
Hmm.
And so the boys' club was a big part, and they had a piano inside there, and no one never knew that I played until like after hours. I used to go inside. Mario, God bless his soul, used to let me inside there. He had a cigar. He'd go, "Let me hear you play something."
Do imitations too.
Yeah, Mario, good guy.
So that's where your fitness came from, which is reminding me. Maybe you could tell the audience your Facebook page and a little bit about your Facebook presence because it's massive. You've got thousands of followers, and
Yeah, I don't know about thousands. I got a couple. I've been very leery of Facebook. I remember people was trying to tell me, "Oh, you need to get on Facebook" years ago. I was like, "No,
took me a while
I'm,
too.
I'm a private guy." But I learned in this society we live in, Tom, that is our news. That's how people get to know who you are.
So
through that.
I think your site is Chris Big Dog Davis.
Yes, Chris Big Dog Davis, Chris Davis on Facebook, and then on Instagram is Chris Davis / producer.
And if you have relatives out of town, Brass City TV on YouTube has this show running live. I got to get used to which camera I'm looking at over here. A little rusty at television. I apologize. So people could take a look at your page and see what you're doing. How many albums do you have out now with you and others?
With me and others, well, I have up to this day 21 number ones smooth jazz hits where that I have written or produced, and I've been nominated for a Grammy with Gerald Albright and Mesa. So got 2 Grammy nods underneath my belt.
Did Mesa come to Waterbury or New Haven a couple times lately?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
great. I think I saw her at the Waterbury
Oh,
Jazz Fest.
she's the best. Love her.
All right, so going back to school though, because you were nice enough to say this guy's really prepared. He sent all these really nice notes for me. I know Big Dog for a long time, but it's fun to delve in a bit. Your teachers. Let's start with Miss Baskerville and how that happened.
Miss Basketball, a Bishop School. Back then, Tom, as I said, we had music teachers used to come throughout the school, like for half hour, an hour. So I think I was like kindergarten, I'd be 5 or 6. Miss Baskerville was a music teacher in the public schools throughout Waterbury. So at that time they used to give us not we play on the piano, but they have other little objects. They have a little xylophone with all the colors up there, and it had a string on it, and you can pull it and go by. Well, she used to bring it by all the children. And one time she came by me and I had the little ball. I went, ba, 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 dee, ba, ba, dee, ba. She was like, "Wait a minute, what's that?" From there, she was like, "I would like to teach him." See, that's my mother. So that's when I began to learn how to read music, Miss Basketball, because I was gifted as a child. You know what I mean? I had all this stuff. I used to call myself somewhat like a seeing Stevie Wonder, how the music reflect, but I can see it. Stevie heard it and couldn't see it. You know what I mean? But I can see it.
It's such a gift,
Yeah.
and you've been able to take this and make a good living at it and be happy with it. I know a lot of musicians. What is it that they come in, they come out, they get frustrated? How did you get beyond frustration of gigging, and where did you finally, not finally, but where did you find the solution to being happy and making a living in this gig?
Like I tell people most of the time, the music business, not just music. We all love music.
Yes.
We all love paintings and stuff like that. The music business is like Wall Street to me. It goes up, it goes down. Sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day. I had to figure out what I want to do. People in Waterbury know, and I used to play with one of the greatest guys, Timmy Maya.
That's one of
Huh?
the ways I know you.
Who doesn't know Timmy Maya? I used to play with him all the gigs, and we was really focused on making a difference back then. You know what I mean?
Still.
We was hot,
Yep.
man. Timmy and I was hot, and so you got to make decisions. And I go, I can't do this. I have to raise a family.
So you said four daughters?
Five.
Five.
Five girls. Yeah. So I'm like, I got to go into another room. So that's when the understanding of the music business, which is publishing, writing your own songs, you know what I mean, paving your own way to become who I am. And that started. First of all, I had to make sure my family was straight. So and then I had like four girls when I was playing in clubs, and I'm like, Hingham, nothing is going to happen. So my good friend, God bless his soul, Ron Lawrence,
Oh,
guitarist,
another friend of mine, and
and,
that's
and
Tim Maya.
yeah, incredible. God bless his soul. He,
Nice guy, too.
oh man,
Oh,
and can
Jesus.
play. Ron Lawrence can play, bro. So he
We'll get
called.
to stay with us. We'll get more to Ron later. We got so many subjects here.
It's crazy. So anyway, Ryan called me one day because we've been working together all the time. He's on a lot of my songs. Matter of fact, he's on my hit that I produced with Barbara Fowler. It's called "Feel Like Making Love." Been on Watercolors. You know, it's really, really doing good. And we recorded this like years and years ago. And
So that's recurring income.
yes,
Ooh.
yeah, it's working really good. So he called me and said, "Hey, I was down Bank of America downtown, security guard, right? Looking all buff, my tight shirt on."
So that was another payoff from fitness.
Right. So he called me and said, "Hey man, Brian McKnight manager is gonna call you, right?" I'm in Waterbury, and I'm going, "Yeah, right."
Just remind the audience who Brian McKnight is.
If you don't know Brian McKnight, Grammy nominated or winner, the incredible Brian McKnight. Anytime, his biggest song, One Last Cry, that Brian McKnight.
So top of the business.
Yeah, very much so. And he's going through a little situation right now. But
you said that your friend said his manager was going to call you.
Yes, call me, and he did. And changed my life from that day forth.
So, and how did he find out about you?
Through Ron Lawrence.
Oh.
Ron Lawrence was the MD. So Ron Lawrence brought the Connecticut boys there. So there's a bassist named Carl Carter from Bridgeport. It was me from Waterbury and Ron Lawrence from New Haven.
He's a sweet guy, too.
Yeah,
he died too young. I understand COVID bit him.
And we travel all over the world. And like I said, Brian McKnight took me underneath his belt, showed me some stuff, let me play on a couple records.
And did you go out with him?
Yeah, I toured with him on Anytime tour. I think it was like.
Were you pinching yourself? What happens? What's the transition from when you were playing lots of nights with Timmy Maya and scratching your head, and what was the difference and the awakening moment when you're out with Brian McKnight?
You know what? The Timmy Maya experience prepared me for that. You know what I'm saying? Because Timmy and I was working towards that goal. I mean, our show. Like, you see his show now, Timmy's show. It's really, really. We used to work on that stuff years ago. So, you know, getting that Brian McKnight, you up your game. It's like you're getting into the NBA.
Yep.
So, you know, study your music and. Yeah, man, that Brian McKnight thing, and it was so funny, Tom. I was so hyped that you know, you get passes when you're on the road. So all the places I've been, I used to come home and wear the passes to the grocery store.
Got it.
So everybody can
That's it.
see who I've
Yep.
been with. Oh, you been on tour with Brian McKnight? It was a real nice
All right, we're going to put
experience.
Brian McKnight on the shelf for the moment.
Okay.
I want to go. You continued with your musical education, and you told me about Mrs. Grossman.
Miss Grossman was after Mrs. Baskerville. Miss Baskerville taught me from age 6 to I was 10. Miss Baskerville somehow, I don't know how, she got a hold of Miss Grossman. Miss Grossman in Waterbury lived up by the Fulton Park swimming pool across the street.
Over near Greenwood.
Yes. And Jewish lady, white lady. And I say that because Miss Grossman used to get in her car and drive down Grove Street and pick me up out of school. And everybody used to be laughing, yo, man, look at that lady picking you up. Little do we know that she was shaping my life to be what it was because she's seen the talent in me. You know what I mean?
She wanted to produce it or bring it out.
Bring it out, and she knew what it was, and she was hard on me. 'Cause like sometimes I'd be reading the Beethoven, she said it doesn't say that. You just reading off your ear. That's something Kyle would do.
And how important is it to have a good ear, Kyle? Hi, Kyle. That's his road man tonight.
That's my road
How
man.
important, speaking of ear, how important is the ear to you, even though you can read music?
Yeah, the ear is good. Reading music is even better. You know, the big people that does mostly the film scores and all the people that did Frank Sinatra, all the orchestra, all that stuff is written out for them, man. And they just come in.
But if you're playing live, you must every now and then need that ear for improvisation or to catch up with people.
Well, just in case the music fly by you, you know, you can't catch that note. Yeah, it's good to have an ear.
Love it. All right, so Miss Grossman, how many years were you with her?
Miss Grossman was with me from 10 to I was like 18, 19 years old.
And did her or Mrs. Baskerville ever find out later in life of your fame and your success?
I think they was old, but Marie Baskerville, which is
A
Mr.
Waterbury
Baskerville,
person?
yeah, her daughter, she knows of that. And speaking of like even what my mother went through, um, you know, she got a chance to see me on TV. You know what I mean? So that was a heartbreaking thing. You know, to see her happy, like wow, all that stuff I did for him because like I said, we had 6 children, but somehow I knew I was special the way she used to treat me because I couldn't go outside. I had to practice. I had to, you know, it's different. They were sending me through Broadway to watch shows and all this stuff like that. So I knew that something was going on at a young age.
Itzhak Perlman said, famous fiddle player, violin, that the successful musicians had to learn to love to practice.
Yeah, and I didn't like to practice, but my mother made me practice. And like I said, it paid off.
So you
Or
were a
still
good son that you listened to her instructions.
Yeah, most of them.
All right, so moving on from Miss Baskerville and Mrs. Grossman from the Fulton Park area, you joined the Marines. How old?
What was I? 1980, 20.
And what brought that
But-
about?
I just wanted to get out. I've been doing music all that long. So, age of 4. First of all, I was playing in church every day.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So my mother, choir director, you know,
They slipped
Monday-
you $10 each day back then?
what a couple of things, you know what I mean? Not so much as that, $10, but my mother, they had appreciation for me one time at Pearl Street, and they bought me a grand piano, like a
Wow.
real grand piano.
Wow, that's appreciation.
Right? Yeah, it was in the Waterbury Republican too. I think I was like 12 or 13 years old.
Is that on your Facebook page somewhere?
No, you don't want to see that picture.
Chris Big Dog Davis is our guest. I'm Tom Hill. This is our first show. We got a bunch coming up. Mayor Pernaruski will be here next week, and we'll talk about his history. He's a real regular fellow. And some of the ones we have coming up will be Mario and Mickey DeMichael from Stonehenge, Michael Davino from the Davino Brothers, and other people that I find interesting. And don't forget, you can tell your friends. You can find this on Brass City TV on YouTube. We're live there. And my podcast business with two partners is the Strike Zone Studios, and you can find that on YouTube as well. And my podcasts are posted on TomHillRadio.com, which include video, and we'll be putting this up there
Nice.
within the next few days for your viewing, listening pleasure. So let's go back to the Marines.
Marines, loved going in, and the reason why I went in, as I said previously, just
You said you wanted to get out.
wanted to get out. I've been doing music for all those years, 20 years straight up in church, all types of stuff. And I said, I want to get out. So me and my cousin, Robert Shannon, we went in buddy
Oh,
in the Marine Corps. So we did that. And
Paris Island, was that your
Paris
first time?
Island, yeah, man.
That's
Yeah.
tough stuff.
That's tough stuff.
But were you fit from the boys club then already? Or?
Yeah, but I got more fit inside there. Actually, I was the guide in the Marines, and also in graduation. I came out PFC, meaning was I was the best in my platoon.
Love it. Private
Yeah.
first class.
Yeah, private first class.
And so we're from Paris Island. And how long did the Paris Island boot
I
camp
did
take?
2 years, 1980, 1982, 1983. I came back home. I was working up at Betsy Ross. Remember the old
Oh,
Betsy
do
Ross?
I? Yes. The
Yeah,
musicians called it Retsy Boss.
Rest. Cause we used to go up there after gigs
Yep.
and everything.
Everybody did. It's happening.
So, it was happening. So I was working there. Me and my brother-in-law, we was dishwashers. Okay, so I did that.
That didn't wreck your piano hands?
No, I was like surviving for the family, whatever
Okay.
it took for the
Yep.
family. And I said, you know what? I got to go do this. I got to go do what was given to me. I felt like it was time.
So you didn't re-up in the Marines. Did they ask you?
No, they didn't ask me. They knew I would. They didn't even knew I played
Oh.
Marines. Only thing they knew is like I'm a mean fighting machine. That's what I was there for. No piano. No one knew nothing about that.
Okay.
So when I got out, I was like, I knew what I wanted to do. So my oldest brother, God bless his soul, we call him Shake, named James Davis. He lived out Iowa.
Oh.
He said, come out here, man. And that's what I did. 1985,
Did he send you a ticket?
yep, bus ticket. And I never forget the ride, Tom. So on the bus, and once we got past Chicago, and then I think it's Route 80 West, I remember, 80 West.
What a memory.
And it said,
You listening, Kyle?
80 West, it said, a place to grow. I was like, and that's where I grew. That's how I became this musically. Musically, I grew.
Okay, so what helped you grow in Iowa?
Well, I met a guy named Bob Economaki. You ever heard of
Is
Chris?
he Christy Economaki's brother?
That's his cousin.
Whoa.
How about that?
And audience, Chris
The-
Economaki is the most famous car racing
Car
announcer.
racing, absolutely.
He had a newspaper for racing. He was amazing.
That's his cousin.
So he must have spoof too.
Lived in
Spunk.
Iowa. Bob Economaki. He took me underneath his wings. He seen the talent, and he goes, "Wow!" So this was started my whole studio thing. So they used to open. He gave me, listen, Tom. They gave me the keys to the studio in Iowa. They trusted me, and it was like a computer wizard. Bob is
A recording studio.
Yes, he's an electrician wizard. So that's when the Kurzweiler was out and Digital Performer. So I learned all of that.
The tech.
Yes, all of that out in Des Moines, Iowa.
And did you was that a job? What did you do for a living out there?
I was
More dishes?
I was I was a musician.
There gigging?
Yeah, musician. My brother, oldest brother, took care of me. You know what I
Did
mean?
he play as well, or
No.
he just helped guide
Yeah,
you?
he was he's like Woody, man. He's a cook.
What were you?
He
What,
loved
what
to-
kind of music? I'm sorry. He was a cook.
Yeah, and the music out there, I got into jazz. I really started getting into jazz. When I was here, this was the training ground. Iowa, opened up the
But
gates
here
for
was
me.
soul, funk, and rock and roll.
Right.
And out there,
Out there, they had jazz. I mean, very, very musical people. You
yeah,
know, because they're coming from Chicago
classic
too.
jazz or smooth?
Smooth jazz. They have funk out there. Everything, rock and roll, all of the above. And it was a growing thing for me. And like I said, I had a studio that I can go into every day and learn what I know now through Bob Economaki.
And all right, so from and the Bible, did he have anything to do with the newspaper that his brother Chris did?
No,
I mean, Chris was the top of the league in CBS, and he was one of the funniest guys you can ever listen.
I had to go. Bob used to tell me about him, so I had to go look him up and study.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
it's
I'm like,
amazing.
Bob, that's your cousin? Because he go, you ever heard of Bob's a character too.
I'm. They're great characters.
He's a
They're
character,
great
man.
characters. All right, so um, your next, and this fella sent me a beautiful agenda, and this is what I love about the guests that are prepared. From number 7, your career took off. Is that more on the Brian McKnight, or is there
Yeah.
before that?
When I came back from Iowa,
How long did you stay in Iowa?
I was back and forth for
Oh,
a lot, almost like 10 years.
always buses, or did you get on the airplanes eventually?
No, buses, still
Wow.
buses all the way through.
Do you have a Greyhound special card?
Not now. When I was in Iowa, I met the famous baseball player named Thad Bosley Jr. He used to play for the Iowa Cubs. He was there, Iowa Cubs. I mean, he played for the Chicago Cubs. The AAA is the Iowa Cubs. So downtown was a restaurant called Julio's, and all the baseball players come in there. Well, I was in there with my band Transit. So at this point, I'm becoming well known in Iowa, and I got my own band going on.
And how many pieces, and tell us a
It
little bit
was
about
like
the band.
4. My good friend Walter Chancellor, he was a sax player. He's incredible. He's in Minnesota. He got records with Prince, platinum record sax
And have you
player.
ever reconnected with him?
Of course, man. We'd be hanging out. We'd be talking to each other.
What a stupid question, Tom.
Me and Chance, we'd be talking, man.
I love it.
I call him Chili, and he calls me Chili. We got the same name.
So it
And I
sounds to me like you maintain these relationships.
used to live with him in Iowa. He's the first one that let me come over his house, and he had a 4-track. And we started off
That's a
on a
recorder.
4-track. And that's what we talk about. And Eddie Eves and my good friend, who is my godfather, my oldest daughter godfather, his name is Scott Heatherly. He was the drummer. And like just like incredible stuff, man. How I grew. And there's when I got there, a guy named D'Artagnan Brown and Marsha Maget. Marsha Maget is incredible sax player. She lives in San Francisco. I done produced a couple records for her, but and her sister Susie Maget, bass player, all incredible. All of that in Des Moines, Iowa. I used to sit there and just watch and be like, like, whoa, I can't wait till my time. And then I got my time. They let me in. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And then I
amazing.
began to play with them, and then it just, it just went further and further and further. And like I said, I came back home. That's when that Brian McKnight, I was ready. Iowa was like my growing ground. When I got back here, that's when Ron called. And like I said, from there, from Brian McKnight, it was history, because then I got into Will Downing, Phil Perry, Vesta, Gerald Albright. You know what I mean?
Is Gerald Albright from New Haven originally?
No, Gerald Albright is from California.
So how'd you meet him?
On the Rhythm of Love tour, I met Phil Perry, Will Downing, Vesta Williams, and Gerald Albright all at one time.
And on this particular tour, you were out with Brian McKnight at this point?
Nope, those are
Explain that, what you called that tour, and
the
what that
Rhythm.
was
The
about.
Rhythm of Love tour is of the 4 artists. It was Will Downing, Vesta, Phil Perry, and Gerald Albright. So it's 4 major artists all put together.
And for the audience, if you went to Chris Big Dog Davis's show at the Palace Theater in the Big Room, he had Phil Perry there
Yes.
that night. He sings like a bird.
He is incredible.
Nice man, too.
He's from the Montclairs back in the day. He's from St. Louis, East St. Louis.
So finish this rhythm tour with the 4
So the
artists.
Rhythm of Love tour was the 4 artists. So when I got hired there, I was called the second keyboard player. There was the first keyboard player, the first tier, was named Mark Michello. I was second tier when I got in. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. That's why I'm having you.
They call it strings and bells. I wasn't playing like the actual chords, like the basic chords. I
Right.
was strings and bell. Bing, bing, right?
Strategically placed, I might
Yes,
imagine.
that was me. Second, by the time I left there, I became the first keyboard player because Vesta Williams, who God bless her soul, she passed away, and she was doing her big song "Congratulations." Something happened to Mark Mancello keyboard, like the battery just came
Oh
out.
boy.
So we're live. So the first keyboard player down there, and then I'm up on this big stand.
You have fancy shows.
Yeah,
Different. Yep.
I'm way up here, and she looks up here and she go, so I started ad libbing, and it went well. And she came off the show. She said, "He's going to be my first keyboard player."
Yep.
So that started there, and then I said to
You were
myself,
there in a pinch.
I said, "I'm going to produce all these people." I
All
have
right, tell the audience what that means. I'm going to produce versus playing first or second piano.
Well,
What does that? What is that job?
produce is like you are the pilot for the plane. So there's other things going on, you know what I mean? But you drive it. Okay, so
Keeping everyone in order.
making sure the song is good, the rhythm is good, the vocals is good, like producing a track. And I said to myself, after that tour, I said, I know what I want to do. I want to produce.
And now you have a. Let's see if I don't want to fall. You have a recording studio, but I want to not get too far off here. We talked about Brian McKnight. Your first big break was Brian McKnight. We're talking about this love tour.
Yes, that's
and,
what it was.
And that made you decide where you're going to go. And you said the rest is history, but you're still super, super active. Your history is still being made. So talk a little bit about your business now helping other musicians. And I imagine you still play in bands depending if the situation is right.
Yeah, I don't like to play out much, but the latest one I was with Gerald Albright and for 5 years, and that was fun. I love playing out. It's just the rigorous of the travel and the planes and people are absolutely crazy right now. So I tend to want to stay in Simsbury with my bears. That's why.
And your studio.
In my studio, but the bears too, because they love Big Dog.
Well, that's because you're a big dog.
No, yeah, I know, and I put nice, great big food in the a garbage can for them, and then when I come out, it stroll all over the street.
When Kyle comes up, do you invite him to go for a walk out in the yards? You better bring bear spray next time you go up there, Kyle. Oh my God! Let me hear from the audience out there.
He said it's all love.
Gotta be verbal, Woody. This doesn't work here. I need to hear you. Okay, I'm Tom Hill. This is our first show of about 5 that we have booked. We'll keep going. You can see more at Strike Zone Studios, TomHillRadio.com. Chris Davis drove all the way down here. He's a real Waterbury guy. So at the moment, let's go to, we're going to have him play too, so don't go away. And if you want to call your friends, we're live on YouTube, Brass City TV. All right, so let's go to with your production and your music studio. Give us a story or a definition on music theory.
Music theory is what we would learn in college, or what I learned with Jackie McLean, which is like taking your regular notes, melody notes, sevenths, ninths, 13ths, and learning the theory of the note. I call it the expansion of it, how a chord can expand into a theory and how all of it makes sense, the music theory of it, the understanding of it, like Beethoven. You go from Beethoven into like classical rock, but it's still classical. You go into funk, you know what I'm saying? All these things, hip hop, R&B, 60s, 70s, like all what serious music have. You see all those stations up there? It's amazing.
Oh, the variety.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, it go all the way up. You know what I mean? See, that's what music is to me. It's all of the above. Modern rock, Grunge music.
Oh, your Palace Theater, where you're playing shortly, has a yacht rock band
I
coming.
seen that.
Yeah, what is yacht rock?
I
I
don't
think
know.
music they play on boats.
I don't know. It
Tell,
looked like they had a captain hat on though,
is
but
there anything else on music theory before I keep moving?
no.
Okay, why don't you tell us right now about your show at the Palace Theater? The poster, I don't know if we can go to the poster, but we will. What is your show? Unfortunately, I think it's sold out.
It's sold
And it's
out.
good for you, though.
I don't. Tom,
Meaning they're coming out.
I know when I did this project, the Songs of David, which is the project of it. When I did it, I was giving this message from the Creator, and that's what it's all about. I wouldn't care if two people showed up to receive the message what I want to say musically. So I'm glad it sold out. So a lot more people will get to see what I want to say
Two
musically.
shows in the Polite Club, the 16th of
Yeah, it's only one.
Oh, okay.
One show.
And what time will that be?
It's 5 to 7. And like I said, you never know. I have I'm doing the Lyman Theater, my Christmas show.
That is a beautiful room. I think
Yeah.
that's 800 seats, all
Yeah.
carpeted,
Yeah.
stadium seating.
Yes.
Beautiful room.
December 13th. And I have artists like Reagan Whiteside, Jasmine Gent, Art Sherrod. Um,
Lyman is on the
in New Haven,
yeah,
in
New
Southern
Haven, on the college
Connecticut.
campus. Southern,
Yes.
Thank you, Southern Connecticut. It is the most, and you can buy tickets quite a bit ahead of time. They have a whole
Yes,
series.
they are on the website.
And speaking of Christmas record, you did a fantastic Christmas record with Timmy Maya.
Oh,
I think, was
that
Tom
one goes
DeVino
down.
on that with you too?
Yes, Tom actually was the executive producer.
What a record that is. Where can
Man.
that be purchased? Amazon?
Oh yeah, it's on. Timmy will be posting that. He posts it every year.
Yep.
A lot of Christmas music out there. I'm doing a Christmas record right now for Art Sherrod out of Baltimore. So I love Christmas music. Warm and good melodies.
It's not, and at Christmas time, it's beautiful to put something different on. And
Yeah.
it brings out an emotion that makes the season nicer for you.
Very nice.
Well worth it. Where are you now in the business? We're going to have him play in about a minute. Where are you in the business now of all this music that's CDs, they're coming back out with albums, all the digital stuff? Can you give us a little tour of where you sell your music today?
Well, it's tough to sell the music. You know what I mean? It's tough to do that. But the only thing that I would say is to, like me, the sales off a CD doesn't equivalent to anything now.
Okay.
You know, it's not
That's
good.
old.
Very old. You have to you got to get out. You got to go travel to make money. Me, I'm in the more of the business publishing.
You did your traveling.
Yeah, no more traveling. Too old. I like to do writing and publishing. That's where a lot of the income, but you got to be lucky. You know what I mean? You got to be, it's not like, hey, I have a song and I think this is going to go. I laugh at when people say that. Oh, no, this is going to be a hit. I'm like, good luck. Not unless you Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and you're saying this from experience. And my mentor, one of them many, but my guy that gave me my start in commercial real estate was attorney Norman Drubner. Drubner Industrials with the yellow signs. This is 40 years ago.
Wow.
And he always said, to your point, never discount good luck.
Never. You need it, even with talent. I always tell the story about the Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan got in NBA, everybody's like, wow. I think the first 6 years he didn't win nothing, right?
6 years.
First 6 years he didn't win a championship. They got Phil Jackson, and the rest is history. 6 in a row because he had Mike to understand the program, and you needed a little luck.
And how? Everything's the nice mix.
Right.
In music, too. All right, so I think at this time we should put you on to play.
You want to get me to play?
Yep, and while he's doing that, maybe I could talk about who's underwriting the show and talk a little bit about where we think we're going with all this. Okay, you're dismissed temporarily.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I don't know if anybody in the booth, do you need any help or are you set? Okay. Kyle, snap to it just in case. Be ready. Kyle, why don't you walk out and smile at the audience for a second here? You're such a handsome young man. Yeah, wave. All right, so this is the Tom Hill Show. We're live, and I want to thank Brass City TV for pulling this together. We'll be here next week with Mayor Paul Pernaruski. It won't be a show on politics. It'll be about his history. I went and saw a speech he made once for the Rotary Chamber maybe a year ago, the Young Professionals, the YP group, and it blew me away, the experience he's had as we're talking to Chris Big Dog Davis, their experience.
We're going to play a little something, but we're going to do a little something here. This is keyboard that I have here is one of the 3D keyboard that is out. Brother Music School, and I think some of the schools have them also. But it's a very nice little keyboard, and I've been working on it, put some little beats and stuff in here. So we're gonna give it a little go. See if I got a beat in here. Oh, jazz. Okay, little flow like that.
Flo, you slammed on the brakes.
And then they have a nice piano up in here. Let me see. Remember that, Tom? See if you know this song.
An old standard. The Way We Were. Oof. Saved. Back to him.
Nice. Right that, Tom?
You're live on the Tom Hill Show here on Brass City TV and YouTube.
Let me see if I get a beat. Just take all of me, Tommy.
That's audience. That's 2 I got so far.
You gonna get this one, Tom?
Oh, I don't know. You're not even pressuring me.
Let me find. I want to find the voicing, and I love strings.
Oh, you were played second piano with strings.
Yes.
And
With the
bells.
bell. You're a smart guy, man.
Strings and bells from high up on the stage.
Beautiful. That's some nice stuff, Tom. This keyboard is incredible. And it does all types of stuff. Like we can all start dancing. You know what I mean? When you want to party. Woo! Oh, all types of stuff, man.
Now, that was from the movie Shaft. He's a
Shaft.
bad.
I don't know if that was Shaft, Tom, but
No, but anybody will believe me on that one.
it got all types of stuff. Urban beats. Let me see what this urban beat
How much
does.
is that piano?
I think it was like 4 or something.
400 or 4,000?
No, not 4,000. 400.
Wow, that's a bargain.
Yeah, it does all. It does all the R&B stuff here. This is Kyle stuff. Okay,
Slam the brakes again.
I know.
Get my groove on.
That's what you call it. Slam the brakes.
All right, I think, how, Al, too, where are we in time? Oh, okay.
10 minutes. I got a couple songs in
Good.
me.
The last 5, I want to talk a little.
I'll come back over.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
We'll do this one more house deal. We're gonna jump on this one. How you like that, Tommy?
Love it. I know the name of that song.
It's called Climax.
Oh, that. Now that you mention that, in the jazz days, I've heard that played.
Really?
Yep.
In the,
Well, different when I was out more listening to jazz, and when I had a Saturday jazz show on WATR. It's funny when you get away from it, you start to lose track. But when you're in it, you know a lot.
right.
Um,
Beautiful. Okay, we made that work.
oh my God!
How about that?
So you can buy a piano like that for $400?
Yes, a lot of schools, I think, schools.
Oh,
have.
3D has loads of them. So
Yeah.
if someone
The
has,
YMCA does and so what I was going around is teaching the kids how to do some of those programs inside there.
So there's a computer. And where was is there a speaker in that piano?
On top of it,
Oh.
remember I told you it's gonna work.
Where? So what message would you give to parents out there that maybe encouraging their kids to learn some kind of music, and what would be the root?
In today's society that we have a lot of technology. We have AI. I mean, nowadays, you see that? I didn't even have to play, and that stuff comes out of there. So I say for kids,
But you played too the percussion
yeah,
beautifully. So
So I can for kids and today is it's all on the computer for you. You know whatever you want to learn. When I was coming, it was raw music. Remember that like Jimmy Wilkes. You know, I remember going to Zeno's, right?
Zeno Music on Meriden Road, famous music store to buy or learn.
Listen, the first time I played in Carnegie Hall, it was because I walked in Zeno's, and that's where the conductor seen me inside Zeno's, and I got a chance to play in Carnegie Hall because I walked in Zeno Music Store.
Amazing.
Always old Harold and his father
Yeah.
with that. Yeah, John. Yes.
Harold John, Bob Zeno
Yep.
has a music store with stereo equipment, TV, all the latest and greatest out in Middlebury,
Right.
in
Yeah.
the old Golden Age of Trucking Museum.
Oh, okay. I know what that's at.
But paint a picture in the old days when you walked into Zeno Music. What did you see? What was set up?
I wanted to
people there.
take every keyboard inside there and put it underneath my arms and walk out. and you know, we used to walk in there and they knew we weren't buying nothing. You know what I mean? We just in there to play.
But
man.
Jim Wilkes said you played so good they were thrilled when you came in.
Oh man, I didn't believe that but listen, we was in there, man. We coming off the street, you know what I'm saying? See a music store, you know what I mean? And we go in there. So they should listen to me. And I worked for Zeno. I worked in the convalescent home. I
His
scrubbed
father,
floors.
yeah, way
Yes.
out way out on East Main.
Yeah, on Austin Road, up there. Yeah, I used to work there. They never knew I played keyboard or nothing. I was mopping floors.
Yeah, I think you told me that story.
Yeah,
now
I
that
was
think about
mopping
it.
floors.
I think that was that Rose Hill? It was 2 stories.
Yes, I think Woodland, was it Woodland?
Well, they owned a few, but
Yeah. Good people.
you're a
Man.
hard worker, man. For somebody, you wash dishes, you took the bus to Iowa, you mop floors at the convalescent home. Man, you got a lot of stamina.
Man, you gotta.
It's not just music for you.
Hey, listen, my dad, God bless his soul. I love to get homage to my parents. My father, hard worker. Holiday Hill, High Meadow.
Prospect, yeah.
Yes, he did all
Hospitality.
that.
And
Yeah.
what was High Meadow?
High Meadow's out there in Granby.
Oh.
Same thing. It's like
Catering, hospitality.
yeah, man. Big campus. I mean, you know, where people go, they have those big parties. Yeah, he was a cook up there.
Well, you know, people that can cook never starve. And
Woody.
that really was just, it came out
That's what
funny,
Woody
but-
said. Woody
Uh,
said he never started.
No, but you know, you'll always have work. Is that 5 minutes or 5 seconds? 5 minutes to go, everybody. I bet you can't wait to see more. And by the way, we're going to stay for a little bit and talk a little bit more about the business. Oh, security, please. Oh my God. You know, stay with us because we're gonna have a lot of fun every Thursday. We got 5 shows booked, and if it goes the right way, and we don't have a lot of trouble, and fabulous guests are willing to come, we'll keep this baby rolling.
Tom, can I say something?
Of course.
You look incredible, man. You're like a president. I told you when I walked in. Look at this. Look at this guy. When I walked in, I was like, do I got the wrong clothes on or something?
Well, the lovely Sandy Hill did my hair and
Oh, really?
gave me product to spray on my face and all that kind of stuff.
Man,
Well, thank you, honey. I got to
incredible.
get back to which camera. Oh, thank you, Kyle. You're going to be promoted. Come back next Thursday,
You got
Kyle.
to get Kyle here, yeah.
You know, there's $20 in it for you. And a beer.
And a beer.
Not in the studio, though. Okay, so we have 5 minutes. I just want to say a little. Is there anything else that you want to say while you're here?
No, I just appreciate this, and I appreciate Al. You know
Al
what I
one,
Because I didn't know.
Al Cole.
Al, the 2 Al's, and everybody's here, and the people that make it happen. Kyle, makes it happen for me. You know what I mean? When I'm in around here.
I said to you with kind care, every time I see you somewhere, Kyle's with you,
Yeah,
and I see you usually playing somewhere.
He makes it happen
You
for
drive the
me.
car too?
No. Well, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did drive the car. And my brother Woody, you know what I mean?
Nice to see you, Woody.
That's my man right
And
there.
your brother, the basketball player, Will. I had a
Will.
building inside. They had a basketball court, and the ball wasn't fully inflated, and he still swished it from 16 feet outside. He still got the
Yeah.
touch.
Well, great
All
basketball
right.
player.
What did your mother do?
My mother did. She passed, like I said. She was a raised for children mother.
Mine too.
Periodically, if the house was lacking a little thing, she'll go to work. But most of all, she raised us to be who we are.
Well, it's so nice that you came. Any of your social media? Do you want to give any?
Well, they have it, Chris Davis, and like I said, go get those tickets for the Lyman. The unfortunately, the next Thursday sold out, but the Lyman Christmas thing is online at the Southern Connecticut, and you can reach out there and get your ticket. It's gonna be a great show.
I'm sorry to say your time is up, but we're going to put another show in the can after this live show. So thanks everybody for tuning in. See you next Thursday with Mayor Paul Pernaruski. And we'll post this also on TomHillRadio.com soon. Thanks again. See you, everybody. Be good.